practices, we are forgetting the foundation Yama. We are forgetting the pillars and walls Niyama. Yama denotes discipline. Niyama denotes principle. Do we Indians have the discipline? Do we Indians have the principle? Individual, collective, national. Patanjali, with all his foresight and vision, started his Yoga Sutras with Yama and Niyama. And we want our way of life to be yogic. I had the opportunity to attend many an international conference. In one conference, they have kept the watch in front of the speaker, like that watch. The speciality with the watch was, if I was given 10 minutes of time, from the 10th minute it gets counted down, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and there will be yellow color. When it comes to 0, mics are cut off. Automatically you have to get out. When can we be disciplined in this country? How are we to get the integrity? While I was coming to this hall, I found 100 rupee note. When I picked it up and when I was about to put it into my pocket, Karthikeyan sir was seen there. He was a senior police officer and he looked at me. I think he had some goodwill about me, and therefore I felt a little anxiety ridden. Immediately I called one of the organizers here. Somebody might have lost 100 rupee note, please announce and let it be given back. Night, 9 o'clock, I came here, I found another 100 rupee note. I looked at this side, nobody is present. I put it in my pocket. Are we yogic? The very first one in Yama is truth, Satya. Do we have that? And how can we have the good results produced by our practices of yoga? Asanas. And what is it Patanjali says about asanas? Sukha sthira asana. Not beyond that. And what does Krishna say about asana? Sukha sthira asana. And we are rotten inside. We are honest. Honesty is a negative virtue. Integrity is a positive virtue. Mahatma Gandhi was in his classroom as a small student. The inspector came. He raised a question. The teacher came to give some hint to Gandhiji. Now I want. That's integrity. When can we have that integrity established, if not by practice of yoga, in the sense by following Yama? Yama is discipline, denotes discipline. The only person most disciplined in all our cosmic administration is Yama Dharmaraja. He comes at the appointed time, at the appointed place. Please wait, I'll tell a few words to my wife. Nothing doing. He won't wait for a fraction of a second. And therefore, Patanjali chose the word Yama, and under the head of Yama you have Satya, the very foundation. All our practices will crumble down if we are not truthful. And the very next one, Brahmacharya, something unknown, known only in theory, not in practice. A married man is defined to be a brahmachari if he is faithful to his wife at the appointed time, season. Brahmachari is not only a person who is unmarried. I used to tell people I was a brahmachari before I was married. Everybody, no, don't say so. People are unmarried before got married. We cannot call them to be celibates. Satya and Brahmacharya. Asteya. Ownership is to be nullified. There is only trusteeship. Ishavashyamidam sarvam yat kinchid jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita magrita kasyasvidhanam. Don't own it. There is no such thing as ownership. I cannot own my own body. It is lent to me by the nature, by the 5 elements. As long as we have that feeling of ownership, are we practicing yoga? If trusteeship is promoted, will it not bring integration of the country? Yama, niyama. And in yama we have aparigraha. Never accept anything. Never receive anything free of cost. Muslims came to our country, they ruled our country, they looted our country, let us say 500 crores of rupees. And the Britisher came, he ruled, he looted, let us say 1,000 crores of rupees. There is no Islamic rule in India. There is no British rule in India. We have our own wonderful Praja representatives ruling us thousands and thousands and thousands and crores of rupees in the Western banks. Is it aparigraha or parigraha? Are we not contributing to the national corruption? Education is defective. Defective educational system breeds corruption. As long as we are unable to implement these yoga principles in our educational institutions, we continue to be disintegrated and selfish, individualistic. Aparigraha. Swami Vivekananda was abroad. Rockefeller invited him. Vivekananda was appreciated by him, and the great benefactor gave a check, a blank check. Swamiji received it, walked to the gate, and Rockefeller was a little surprised. What a man! If anybody gives a cup of coffee, we say, thank you. This man, unthankful, ungrateful, the man is going. At the gate, he returned and told, Mister, you think that I do not know the etiquette. Please, you are to thank me. Your money is being put to good use. It is not the receiver that should thank. It should be the giver that should be giving the thanks for because your money. That is the parigraha. Parigraha. Everywhere we grabbing tendency, taking tendency, we look down upon others, selfishness everywhere. What happened to that philanthropic attitude of the individuals? What happened to that magnanimity? What happened to that Atidhi Devo Bhava? Where is the mother being buried? Where is the father being cremated? Where are the dependents? Where is the society being looked after? Are we yogic? Yoga for integration. If only we are to observe these principles. Ahimsa. Finally, in Yama, I am not saying any word of mine, Patanjali's Yoga Sutra Yama, Satya, Ahimsa, Asteya, Aparigraha, Brahmacharya. Not one of them, 1% of them is being practiced. All our attention is for the performance of yoga. And we call it great yoga without actually taking the spirit of yoga. How can we call ourselves men of integrity? How can we call ourselves the integrating people of this country? How can the country be integrated? Niyama. Wonderfully he says, Saucha. Do we have the physical purity? Some people may have. Psychic purity? We come to the college, go to the university, young boys, young girls, and there is a rule in Prashant Kutir, every girl should be called Didi, every boy should be called Bhaiya. And in the beginning, when they have the admission into this university, Didi, Didi, Bhaiya, Bhaiya, Didi, Didi, Bhaiya, Bhaiya, they speak. And by the end of the third year, they come good, at least they come with a wedding invitation. My boy, you called her Didi? No, sir, at the time. Otherwise, how can I talk to her, sir? Didi and Bhaiya. And this is Shaucha. Is a psychic purity? Are we able to speak what we think? Are we able to translate into action what we say? Swami Vivekananda was traveling from Chicago to Boston. And there were 6 American gentlemen. There was one elderly lady, Miss Sanborn. People were coming to the compartment. Some people were walking on the platform, and everybody was astonished at the wonderful personality of Swami Vivekananda. They were spellbound, a arresting personality. And when he was being seen by so many people, these 6 American gentlemen became a little jealous. And they raised the question, excuse me, sir, what is your superiority? What is your speciality? We are brighter than you, we are whiter than you, we are taller than you, we are richer than you, we look much more gentlemanly than you, but nobody is bothered to look at us. Everybody is looking at you. What's your speciality? What's your superiority? And Swamiji gave the reply, my dear friends, true, they have been coming and they have been looking at me. It's not because of my clothes. It's not because of my wealth. In the Western countries, to look like a gentleman, you require a tailor to stitch your suit. You require a cobbler to make your shoes and polish them. You require a washerman to wash your clothes and press them. You require a barber to give you a clean haircut and perhaps a shave. And you may require an assistant to put on the rich clothes and have a good makeup. But in India, sir, to be a gentleman, to be a man of integrity, only one is needed. It's character that makes a gentleman in India. I did not ask you to clap. What should have been the effect when Swamiji said this sentence in the train compartment? Miss Sanborn, an elderly lady of 65 years, was astounded, and involuntarily she clapped and said, young man, first time I am able to understand what character is. It is the character that makes a gentleman. My boy, may I know what's character? And Swamiji gave the reply. It is very, very simple, ma. What you think, you must be bold enough to speak. What you speak, you must be strong enough to translate it to action. When you have that uniformity, when you are able to think and speak and do in an order, that is character. Wonderfully she was pleased, and she said, my boy, where are you going to stay in Boston? No, I have no plans. I have no children. I am an elderly lady of 65. Please come, accept my hospitality. You be my son in an unknown place. An elderly lady asks Swami Vivekananda to come and stay with her. She never suspected him to be of a danger to her. What is it that gives welcome to the individual? It's character. Do we have it? Our own servants stab us, and husbands are afraid of the wives anytime she may give poison. Wives are very much afraid the husband may marry another woman. Everywhere suspicion, suspicion. And this is the country. What a fall, my countrymen, we have fallen. And that lady asks the second question. Swamiji, maybe she used another word. We in the West have been listening to one particular word constantly dinned into our ears. As we have written a wrong spelling everywhere, dining hall in our campus. Not dining hall, it is dining hall. What is it? Only one thing, it is being dinned into ours. What is that, ma'am? You sinners. What do you mean by sin? She asked in the railway compartment. And Swamiji gave the reply, Ma, what I say is, sin is secret. Secret is sin. To be transparent is to be of merit. Punya it is when we are transparent. Papa it is when we entertain secret. Then one of my students said, Sir, you are the greatest sinner, sir. I was then the principal of a college. Him Babu, what mistake have I committed? Said, you say, secret is sin. All the question papers you are putting secretly in the bureau, sir. You are the greatest sinner. My boy, it is not a secret, it is confidential. There is a difference between secret and confidentiality. If husband and wife are in the bedroom, there is nothing secret about it. They are private. Privacy is different from secrecy. Secrecy is different from confidentiality. We have neither confidentiality nor privacy. We have only secrecy in our country. Under the table we take the cover. How can we call ourselves the followers of Patanjali Yoga Sutras? Integrity. And how can we bring that integration? In Niyama, it is a principle. And principle is Shaucha. Wherever Swami Vivekananda spoke, the very first word was purity, 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 prayer and perseverance. He has said 848 times in his works. Everywhere we find that Shaucha. Patanjali gives a top priority to Shaucha, Shuchi, purity, purity, purity at every level, physical, psychological, intellectual. We, the researchers, how many copies we make, how many sentences from other researchers we copy, and we own it. And duplication, replication. It's a waste of paper, stationery. It is somebody's idea that is repeated in different words. How are we to call ourselves men of integrity, women of integrity? Yama and Niyama. Yama denotes discipline. And discipline, have a place for everything, have everything in its place. Have a time for everything, have everything in its time. Have a procedure for everything, have everything done according to its procedure. Karmanyevadhikaraste mapaleshu kadachana. If you follow the discipline of a place, if you follow the discipline of time, if you follow the discipline of a procedure, there is no need to think of the result. Take care of the means, ends take care of themselves. And we don't take care. Nagaratna Didi, he is here as a doctor. People come as patients. She tells them, please don't take the sweet, don't take muruku, don't take all the high calorie foods. Yes ma'am, they will say. And one day while I was walking through the corridor from one of the toilets, I was hearing the sound of muruku being crushed and eaten by the patient. How can there be good results? Yoga results are wonderful results people speak of when we don't follow the means. Yama, Saucham, Swadhyaya. Should we go to a doctor? Can't we examine our own mind, our own body? I ate a dozen puris this morning and I suffer from indigestion. Can't I examine myself? Why should I pay to a doctor and go there? Swadhyaya, self-examination, not self-study in the library. Let us turn the minds inside, inward. Let us observe our own minds. We will be in a position to find the truth being unraveled. What are the sins we committed? Saucha, Swadhyaya, Santosha, contentment. Comparison is at the root of all evils. There are many people above us. We compare ourselves with them and we are smitten with jealousy. There are thousands of people far below us. We can compare with them and be grateful to the God Almighty. He has given me 2 eyes, 2 legs. I am placed much better. Content, saukyam, santosham. Advesta sarvabhutana maitraha karunayevacha nirmamo nirahankaraha santustaha satatam naraha. Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna beautifully describes the psychic state when we are content. And elsewhere it is wonderfully described by Swami Vivekananda and Sri Krishna. Hatova prapyasi swargam. If you die on the battlefield, Arjun, you will go to heaven. Rambha, Urvasi, Manaka, Tilottama are waiting for you. If you die on the battle, you go to the Swarga. If you are successful, you win the kingdom. Both are wonderful. A yogi finds everything to be advantageous. Even a disadvantage is favorable. Take risks. If you fail, you will be a guide. If you succeed, you will be a leader. Vivekananda's statement. If you go to the IAS examination, if you pass in the IAS examination, you will become a district collector. If you fail, you will become a minister. Everywhere wonderful. You can have both sides. Fools miss the opportunities. Mediocre people wait for the opportunities. Intelligent people make the opportunities. Wise people find opportunities everywhere. Yogis are capable of transforming a disadvantage also into an advantage. Are we not to be yogic? Should we not change our attitude? Yama and Niyama both are enough. Saucha, Santosha, Swadhyaya, Tapasya, Ishvara Pranidhana. What perseverance do we have? Always searching for the shortcuts. Instead of wasting the time in searching for the shortcuts, that time can be spent for going the right path and we will be successful. There is one Suresh Hundre in Karnataka, Belgaum. I visited his business concern. He has never given a bribe, he has never received anything, and he has built a huge factory, earned crores and crores of rupees. Every year he would pay income tax of 18 crores to the government of India. And he has built a mansion. It is easier to be richer by the fair means than by the unfair means. This is the land of great rishis. This is the land of great Munis. And Swami Vivekananda wept profusely on the 25th and 26th and 27th of December 1892. He was on that rock. He stayed there for 3 days. There was no food. He could not have water to drink because the water around the rock was all salty, and he might not have slept. On the 3rd day when he stood up, his eyes were red. His voice was roaring, and he was able to find one reason for the fall of this country: inertia, laziness, lethargy, lassitude, corruption, selfishness. And he shouted then at the top of his voice, "Arise, awake, or be forever fallen. Stop not till the goal is reached." There was nobody in front of him. It was his udvega. It was his concern for the country. Are we practicing yoga in its true spirit? And we conduct wonderful asana classes, which is Sukha and Sthira. Dr. Nagendra was beautifully speaking of the other steps: Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana. Pranayama is breathe in slowly, breathe out slowly. If you take 3 minutes to breathe in, take 4 minutes to breathe out. Your taking in must be less, your giving out should be more. Kennedy came long ago to our country, and he gave the sentence, "Don't ask what the country has given to you, ask what you have given to the country." And Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru then made popular that particular statement: breathe in as little as possible. Breathe out as much as possible. Take from the society what little you can. Give to the society what more you can. This is the dictum of great Patanjali. Pranayama. Pratyahara and dharana. Eliminate what you don't require. Assimilate what you need. Pratyahara is to eliminate. If there are 300 pages in physics textbook, the teacher comes and tells, all the 300 pages are not necessary, you take only these 40 pages. The student eliminates 260 pages, assimilates 40 pages, gets first class. And that is actually your dharana. His whole body is vibrant with that 40-page material. Then there will be perfect meditation. Eliminate the unwanted. In MG Road, Bangalore, in the evening, we find very rich ladies moving about. It's a posh area. One thief one day was walking in the street. He found a beautiful diamond necklace around the neck of a very rich lady. He was fascinated by the necklace, went behind her, cut it, it came down, he held it, pocketed it. In the night, he went to his house, gave it to his wife. My dear wife, I got the most precious diamond necklace. And the wife said, my dear husband, you have brought a beautiful diamond necklace, thank you very much. But my sister is a jealous lady. I cannot wear it without giving one to it. I give you 7 days time. Please go to the same MG Road or search everywhere in Bangalore. Get me the same diamond necklace one more, without which I cannot wear. And now the man is given the task, 7 days, another diamond necklace. Ditto same. He was searching everywhere. He went to Cantonment Station, he went to Bangalore City Station, he went to MG Road. Days are rolling by. Finally, on the 7th day in the evening at 6 o'clock, he went to Kabban Park. There, at a distance, the sparkling diamond necklace was seen. He went behind. The lady was seated on a bench. He cut it, brought it, and by the time he reached home, it was 10 o'clock in the night because he had to avoid the police and all that. And his wife was waiting. My dear wife, I brought the same exactly ditto diamond necklace. My dear husband, fool, it is from my neck only you have stolen. You have not looked at my face. You eliminated what you did not want. You wanted the diamond necklace, and all your eyes were on the diamond necklace. Similarly, on health only, on education only, on God only, and that is tapasya. You eliminate. And in Mahabharata you find a wonderful story of Drona giving the prescription. What is it you find at the end of that branch of the particular tree? Dharmaraj said, I find the tree, I find the parrot, you are unfit for education, get out. Bhima, do you think I am a blind man? I look at you also, sir, my brothers, everyone. You are unfit, get out. How about you, Duryodhana? Sir, you are asking a silly question. I am not the blind son of a blind father. I have the eyes. Arjun, what do you find? Nothing but the red ribbon round the parrot. Goal fixation. Are we able to fix that goal in the students' minds? What is the use of our patriotic fervor only in verbal orations? Are we able to make Abdul Kalam's statement, by 2020 India should become a superpower? I invited Abdul Kalam to my college. He delivered a beautiful lecture for full 45 minutes. All the students were enthralled. And I told the boys, my boys, our chief guest has to go to some other place. I shall go down, put him in the car, see him off, come back. It may take 5 or 6 minutes. Please keep safe our prestige of the college. Yes, sir, they said. I sent him away, came back to the audience. It took 12 minutes. All the students were very, very silent. I was a little frightened because so much of silence from the student community is dangerous. If when they are planning for a strike, they will be like that. My boys, what's wrong with you? There must be at least a small murmuring. No, sir. We are following Abdul Kalam, sir. What did he say? Dream, dream, dream that India becomes a superpower by 2020. We are dreaming, sir. How can we dream without sleeping, sir? So we are sleeping and dreaming, sir. My boys, he said next sentence. No, sir. The moment he said dream, we went to the dream. Dream such a dream which does not allow you to dream again. Be of constructive work. When can we sustain the health? When can we sustain our freedom? When can we sustain our yoga practices? Pratyahara, dharana. Sita Devi gave the pearl necklace to Anjaneya Swami. And he was biting and spitting, biting and spitting. And Sita was embarrassed and she said, what is it you are doing? Where I don't find Rama, that I do not take. Elimination. You are holding the body. Do you find Ram in it? Yes. He tore his chest and showed Sita and Dharana. The entire body, mind, intellect equipment should be vibrant with the thought of God, with the thought of patriotism, with the thought of health. And that is concentration. Then we are absorbed in dhyana. Sri Ramachandra Prabhu is installed in the heart of Anjaneya. And therefore, he is ever enjoying that meditation. When we are absorbed thus in meditation, the whole country will go to a state of ecstasy, samadhi. Samadhi at the national level is a silence, calmness, tranquility, strength. Friends, yoga can be interpreted at the individual level. My purpose is to make its applications available in the society. How yama is to be translated in the society. How niyama can be translated. Every step is to be practiced in our day-to-day life. If only all the people practice simple principle of time. When Lalu Prasad Yadav was the railway minister, I wrote a letter. Sir, is there a single day on which all the trains left on time and reached on time? Immediately the reply came under Right to Information Act. A very big capital N and a very big capital O, no. Then I wrote to him next. Sir, then why did you publish the beautiful Indian Railways, a huge book costing so much? He wrote a letter. Because I publish the railway timetables only, you are able to know that the trains are not coming on time. If there is no timetable, there is no such thing. Schedule is to make. You ask a Japanese man, is there a single day when the train got delayed? Never. When can we have the national integration if we don't practice yoga in its true spirit? When people are of integrity. Honesty is a negative virtue. I am honest because I don't have the opportunity to be a thief. I am honest because my image would be lost. When there is none to look at me, when I have the absolute privacy and secrecy, I am likely to err, and that is what is happening. Men of integrity will integrate the land, and India becomes a land of integration. There is no need to have the small discussions, small interactions. Let us search. Let us search, and that is what Patanjali means by swadhyaya, self-examination. Am I really contributing to the country? Am I really contributing to the family? Am I really contributing to my student community? What is pranayama? Take little, give more. My friends, yama, niyama, asana is to settle down in your way of life. Sukhasthira asana means to be established in a particular way of life. Yama niyama asana. Pranayama is to take less and give more. Pratyahara is to eliminate the unwanted. Dharana is to assimilate what we need, and that is to lead to our dhyana, and which is the total silence, samadhi. The entire country will be enjoying that. Let us not give any prejudicial view. These Yoga Sutras of Patanjali are drawn from the great Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavad Gita is nothing but the essence of our Upanishads. Upanishads are nothing but the very spirit of our Vedic wisdom. Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopala nandana pardho vatsa sudhir bhokta dugdham gitamrutam mahat. Every Bhagavad Gita chapter ends with iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishads Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre. We call ourselves the followers of Gita. We call ourselves the followers of Patanjali. Let us practice yoga in spirit for the individual integrity and national integration. Thank you very much. God bless you. It's exactly 6 o'clock.